Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday afternoon, October 30th. Just wanted to come to everybody and give some encouragement. This morning, God spoke to me about um, allowing Him to do His job, and that He doesn't need a personal assistant. And a lot of times, we spend a lot of time trying to assist God in what He's doing. He doesn't need us. I mean, He created this earth by Himself. So who are we to try and step in and assist Him in anything? Um, at first, I didn't think about it as us assisting him, but he pointed out some things that he showed me some time ago, maybe about 2 years ago, um, that showed where we try to assist him. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who tries to assist him in what he's trying to do for me. So one example he reminded me of is one day he had me cleaning out my closet to give to the needy. And he led me to give to the men's shelter because he said, basically he was telling me that in giving to the Goodwill, that's a tax write-off. In giving to any of these other businesses, they're businesses. They're there for the people, but they resell what you give. So how is that a donation or how is that giving? I mean, you're giving and you're getting a tax write-off. Yeah, you may not take the tax write-off, but it's still a tax write-off, and they still sell what you give. So someone still has to come in with the ability to afford what you gave. To me, that's not fair, and I guess he saw it that way as well. So he led me to give to the men's shelter, and then arriving at the men's shelter, well, prior to arriving at the men's shelter, I got ready to lock up and leave, and I thought that with me giving away half of what I owned as far as clothes and shoes, um, I found that to be hard at first because I didn't want to give up what I had. I didn't have a lot at that point in time. I mean, I wasn't in a position to continuously buy on a regular basis, um, which was foolish anyway, as a sidebar. But, I didn't have the money at that point in time to continuously buy on a regular basis. But I still went with what God told me, and I was giving my things away or was going to give it away. And once I got to the door to walk out the door, God instructed me to go get all the guns I had. And I thought that was crazy. Because in this day and time, I was like, well, God, you can't be talking to me because the life I used to live and the people I've encountered and the way life is and the way the news presents society, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, you would feel like you need to protect yourself. But one thing that he said to me loud and clear as I stood there and argued with him back and forth like a fool, why am I trying to protect myself if I'm telling people he is my protector? Have you ever thought about it that way? Why do half of us carry guns if we believe God protects us and he's the one who protects us in our day-to-day walk and guide our walk? If he's guiding your walk, then why would he guide you into a gunshot? Why would he guide you to somebody for you to shoot them? You also have to remember that when you carry a gun, you're planting a seed. You're putting something not only out there as a perception to others, but you're also putting something in yourself. Because in these days and times, most people are not going to um, have a gun and not going to use it. It's not a thing of I'm just trying to protect myself. It's a thing of you won't make fun of me or you won't do anything to me without me reacting with this pistol. So if I believe God is protecting me, what's the need to carry a gun? I ain't carried a gun in 2 years. I don't even own a gun, and I'm not worried about anybody doing anything to me. Because if he allowed it, then that's what he wanted to happen. Ain't nothing I can do about that. And sidebar again, how many people are dead who carried a gun during the time of the attack that they were under? And they still dead. Did that gun save their life? Nope. Did that gun do anything for them? Nope. Even if they got shots off, if that person is still here, guess what? It did them no good. And I'm sure everybody knows somebody who had a gun and couldn't do nothing with that gun because they were killed before they even reacted. So again, think about the message you're sending God when you're carrying a gun. You're trying to tell God that, yeah, I understand you say you protect me, but at the same time, I have to carry a weapon to protect myself because in this area, in this aspect of my life, you're not going to do it. Think about that. 2. Proverbs 18:22 says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Well, in order to find something, it has to be in place to be found. If you, for example, let me break it down a little differently. If you find $1 in the parking lot, but you only get a quarter of it, meaning the dollar is ripped into 4 pieces, Did you really find $1? No, you found a piece of $1. And do you keep it? No, because a piece of $1 is worthless. So the piece of the dollar will represent the attention that the person who you're entertaining represents. So if you're scattered all over town because you're dating several different people, then how are you allowing God to move in his way and sending the right person to you? No, you've tried to assist God and tried to date several different people figuring you could find the right person. It ain't worked for none of us yet. If you can tell me how it worked for you when you dated 1,000 different people, or however many people you try to date at the same time, or whatever it is that you think works for you as dating, I'm waiting. Tell me what your process is. Because you can't expect God to bless you with something if you're trying to do it yourself. It only can reap what you put on it. If you let God do it, it'll come in abundance. So again, that's trying to co-facilitate with God. Trying to be a co-pilot when he controls the plane anyway. We spend so much time trying to assist God in what he's doing for us, and he really doesn't need our assistance, man. He just wants us to be cool and live it out. He already knows the story. He already knows what's going to happen. If he's the author and the finisher, why are you trying to dictate how the story goes? Isn't it like having a cheat sheet to a test? Shouldn't you want to be before him at all times trying to figure out what the next step is so you can ace the test? Nah, we really don't. Because if we did, we wouldn't spend so much time in our feelings trying to figure out what to do next because of whatever happened previously. All I can say is allow God to be God. Stop trying to control what happens in your life. Stop trying to control what the outcome is. Stop trying to control what could happen. We have no control over it. Anything that happens that appear to be bad, it's either one or two things. It's bad because you think it's bad, or it's okay because God allowed it. And if he allowed it, it's for your good. So you can look at it one or two ways. You can continue to waddle in misery and complain about what you don't have, what you don't think is right, what you don't think is fair, or you can look at it in a way of, you know what, God is blessing me. And he's transitioning me for something, or he's positioning me for something. Life is as bad as you look at it as. Let God do his job. That's all. I can't stress that enough, man. Let God do his job. And I'm not speaking to everybody else by themselves as if I'm excluded. I'm included. He gave me the message. So if he gave me the message, he was addressing me first. Let him do his job. And he's going to do his job effectively. You can't name one person that failed under the wings of God. If they failed on their own. They didn't fail with God. If you allow God to be God, I promise you everything that he has for you, you'll receive. But you won't receive it until you get your hand out the way. You can't receive if you're reaching. I hope this message helps somebody, man. And I hope it encourages everybody to allow God to be God and walk with God and not walk in front of God. Or not walk with God and you got your sword out because he got his sword out. Let God do the fighting. Let God do the battle. He'll defend you. God is God alone. Period. I hope you guys have a good day, man, and enjoy.